Hello fans, welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ. Stay updated with the latest transfer gossip and breaking news.
Our first news is Marcus Rashford's 8-word reaction to England recall speaks volumes after Man United exit. Marcus Rashford has returned to the England fold after showing some sparkling form during his loan spell at Aston Villa from Manchester United and has now spoken out on his recall. Marcus Rashford can't wait for his England return after Thomas Tuchel's decision to recall the Manchester United outcast. The on-loan Aston Villa forward was named in the Germans' first Three Lions squad on Friday, having shown a return to something like his best form and providing some standout moments during his loan spell in the West Midlands. Rashford, 27, has struck up an excellent understanding with fellow loanee Marco Asensio. While he hasn't scored yet, the forward already has 4 assists to his name. And he penned a simple yet telling message in the face of his Three Lions return. Taking to Instagram with an image of him wearing an England kit, he wrote, "Never stop believing. Can't wait to get started." Rashford already has 60 England caps to his name and has scored 17 goals, but his last appearance for his country came way back in March last year, while his last goal was even longer ago, coming in a 3-1 win against Italy in October 2023. He was also not included in Gareth Southgate's squad for Euro 2024. But his year-long international exile is now at an end, and New England boss Tuchel has explained why he decided to bring the forward back. Speaking in a press conference, he said, "With Marcus, it's a familiar face back in the team, but it's a different situation." To Henderson, "I felt Marcus had a huge impact at Aston Villa. He's made a huge impact mainly from the bench, and the impact was impressive. The physical impact was impressive, and most importantly, the impact against the ball, his work rate, his defensive impact, his hard work in counter-pressing, his tracking back in his position was impressive. I had the strong feeling that we should nominate him, bring him in to push him to stay on that level and not fall back in old routines. This camp is to bond with him and push him to stay on that level." Rashford will certainly be aiming to make the most of his recall during the March international break. Tuchel takes charge of his debut game next Friday as the Three Lions take on Albania at Wembley in a World Cup qualifier. They then return to Wembley a few days later with a clash against Latvia. Once the international fortnight is over, Rashford will then focus on the remainder of his loan spell with Aston Villa. Unai Emery's men are still in a race to finish in the top 4, while they have reached the Champions League quarter-finals and will face Paris Saint-Germain. Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our second news is Ruben Amorim hints at major Casemiro U-turn after latest Man United displays. Casemiro looked set to leave Manchester United after falling out of contention under Ruben Amorim, but the Red Devils boss looks to have hinted the Brazilian has a future at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim admits he is finally learning how to use Casemiro, with the Brazilian saving his Manchester United future. The midfielder looked set to leave the club after falling out of contention at Old Trafford. Casemiro, 33, did not play a single minute of United's first 5 league fixtures of the year. Amorim has admitted he now has a far better idea of what the midfielder can offer his side. Speaking after Wednesday's Europa League win against Real Sociedad, he said, "I think I'm also learning how to use players like Casemiro and, like you said, without a lot of options, we are trying to put our players in the best positions, and that helps us a lot. I think you can feel that they have more freedom, and then because of one game in Spain that we try to use the pace of Alejandro Garnacho on the right, and he showed me so many things on the right, maybe better than the left. So I'm trying to find the best solution for the team, and that helps us to play all the time with the same team. It was hard, sometimes we lost some pace in the end of the games, but we are learning. I think Casemiro gave us a little bit of calm. Sometimes, he takes a little bit long when he was not playing too much, you feel it in the game against Newcastle. The pace was not there, but he is giving that first moment of build-up, and then you can push Bruno Fernandes near the goal, so he's dangerous there." Amorim's latest comments appear to be a huge U-turn from his previous stance. Speaking earlier this season, he suggested that the veteran could not cope with the physical demands of the Premier League. He said, "Sometimes it's a lot of that. It's also a player's moment. We understand that Casemiro has other things nowadays. The intelligence he has, understanding the game, understanding where the ball is going to fall, but we're in a league that I can see, even in European competitions, the difference in intensity is big. And so, I feel that this team also needs players with a very high intensity. And sometimes we don't have that, and sometimes that difference in characteristic can lead one player or another to play." Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our third news is Ruben Amorim delivered major transfer blow as Chelsea seal deal for top Man United target. Chelsea have secured the signature of another teenage talent in starlet Giovanni Quenda and beaten Manchester United to the transfer of a player previously coached by Ruben Amorim. Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign Sporting CP star Giovanni Quenda, beating Manchester United to the youngster's signature. The Blues have continued their philosophy of signing the world's best young talent, and the 17-year-old will remain in Portugal until July 2026, when he will then be permitted to move. The West London side will see the arrivals of superstars Kendry Páez and Estevao Willian from Independiente Valle and Palmeiras respectively in the coming summer, with the duo having turned 18, having earlier been signed on similar advanced deals. Quenda will join the club on a 7-year deal until 2033, with the possibility of extending the contract by a further year in place. The Portugal under-21 international has already completed a medical. The transfer sees Chelsea overcome interest from Premier League rivals United, despite Quenda having played under Ruben Amorim already. The Blues have footed up a fee between £37.8 million and £41.9 million per The Athletic, a figure in the region of what the Red Devils were prepared to pay when they were exploring a deal earlier this year. Quenda has already made 43 appearances this season, including 10 in the Champions League, where all but 2 outings were starts. The teenager has delivered 2 goals and 8 assists from the right flank in his breakout season after being handed his debut by Amorim. While at Sporting, United's boss made his admiration clear for the teenager's abilities and called him a very talented kid. The 40-year-old added, "He's very physically robust, very focused, with his feet firmly on the ground. That's very important for a young player. He got his chance and there was no chance to take it away, no doubt, nothing. I think he's going to be a great player, but let's give it time." Quenda has also captured the attention of his compatriots who are still playing. Manchester City ace Bernardo Silva believes that Portugal may have already found his successor. He previously said, "He will probably steal my place. At 17, I wasn't even playing for Benfica's youth team." In October, Quenda became Sporting's youngster ever goalscorer at 17 years, 5 months and 27 days, after scoring against Famalicão. The young star surpassed the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo as he also claimed another of the superstar's landmarks by becoming the youngest player in the club's history to figure in the Lisbon derby against Benfica. Stay tuned for more updates on Man Utd Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Man United transfer news. Our last news is Man Utd's irreplaceable star sends message to Sir Jim Ratcliffe after overpaid blast. Bruno Fernandes, as he has done on so many occasions this season, came to his side's rescue on Thursday night to haul them into the Europa League quarter-finals and keep their campaign alive. Sir Jim Ratcliffe may view some of Manchester United's players as overpaid and overrated, but when it comes to Bruno Fernandes he is simply irreplaceable. United's captain, as he has done on so many occasions this season, came to his side's rescue on Thursday night to haul them into the Europa League quarter-finals and keep their campaign alive. Fernandes scored twice from the penalty spot and claimed his hat-trick late on, as United came from an early goal down to book a quarter-final clash with Lyon and maintain their hopes of Champions League football next term. Booking a place at European football's top table next season will be worth around £100 million to United, vital revenue for a club Ratcliffe claimed could have gone bust by Christmas. Without Fernandes and his indefatigable contribution in every game, it does not bear thinking about how much further in trouble crisis-hit United would find themselves in. His double here made it 28 goal involvements in 43 matches in all competitions this season and 172nd across 276 games for United since his £47 million arrival from Sporting in January 2020, quite remarkable numbers given the Red Devils have been mired in mediocrity in that time. Amorim produced a shock with his team selection, handing 18-year-old defender Aiden Heaven, signed from Arsenal in the summer, his full debut. Although, given how well Heaven played when he came on at halftime in Sunday's 1-1 draw with the Gunners, perhaps it was not such a surprise, and the teenager duly vindicated his selection. Sociedad started quickly and created 2 chances in the first 5 minutes, the second leading to a penalty for a challenge by Matthijs de Ligt on Mikel Oyarzabal, after a VAR review. There was no way Oyarzabal was getting to the ball first, but VAR Willy Delajade called ref Benoit Bastien to the monitor to review the incident, with the French official pointing to the spot. Oyarzabal, who scored from the penalty spot in the first leg following another controversial VAR decision, stepped up to dispatch the ball past Andre Onana with calm assurance. Yet justice was served at the other end 8 minutes later when United were awarded a penalty after Ramus Højlund was bundled to the ground as he attempted to meet a Bruno Fernandes cross. United fans called for Sociedad defender Igor Zubeldia to be shown a straight red, but he escaped with a caution, Fernandes stepping up to convert from the spot to make it 1-1. Buoyed by that equalizer, United came agonizingly close to making it 2-1 on the half hour. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Man United Transfer HQ, and turn on notifications.